Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Wednesday, which means it's brand new comic book day. New comics are hitting the shelves all across the world. Digitally, physically, it's like the best day of the week. Now, in my hands is probably one of the bigger releases for the day. Damage #1. It's the first issue from DC Comics' New Age of Heroes, which is spinning out of Dark Knight's Metal. How it ties into Metal? Well, I actually can't really answer that question because not tons of it is explained, but clearly it has something to do with it. It's got that nice little Dark Knight's Metal in the corner, and basically the story is the Hulk. It's DC doing the Hulk and doing it way better than Marvel has for quite some time. Not to give too much away, but there's a guy that turns into this giant monster and he's gotten loose and the military are trying to track him down. That's the first issue. Really, really simple. He destroys buildings, he trashes areas, and the military's like, what the hell do we do? And we messed this all up. It doesn't get all that complicated. And you know what? It's really good. This is basically like back to basics Hulk, and DC is out marveling Marvel right now with it. And that seems to be a lot of what I'm expecting from the Age of Heroes. You got the Terrifics, which just sounds like the Fantastic Four. You've got this, which is the Hulk, and we'll see what the other ones are going to be like. They're kind of fascinating, and I gotta say, I'm actually pretty excited to see what else is coming out. Now, I've actually had a review copy of this for quite some time digitally, so it's been interesting to see what the difference is between that and this printed version is, because there are some differences. Now, first I want to say the story is by Tony S. Daniel, Robert Venditti, anchor is Danny Miki, colors Timu Mori, letterer Tom Napolitano. Daniel and Miki did the cover, Mori as well. And here's some of the ways that this issue differs than digital, is that there's like this sliver of a poster that is in it. I find this kind of fascinating. We got that, and then this, which is obviously going to tie into some bigger picture. And then on this side, we also got like another sliver of a poster, which is kind of interesting. So that's something you're not going to get in the digital. I can't think of a way to do it. And that's, you know, kind of cool. Like, I can't really wait to see how they all tie together and what picture they form, because honestly, I'm not quite sure how it's all going to work. I think it's actually really interesting right now. So the story, I think, is good in that it basically is the Hulk, which is a classic character that I love, but particularly what this really reminds me of is the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton when he's like running through the city and folks are trying to catch him. There's something that really reminds me of that, and I also think that's a super underrated Marvel film. It's really funny that I keep on bringing up Marvel for this DC review, but let's face it, that's basically what this is. And again, that's not a bad thing because this isn't something we're getting delivered by the Marvel fans. So if you've enjoyed classic Hulk, where the idea of the military is trying to chase down the Hulk and Hulk's trying not to trash stuff, and the military kind of maybe wants to use him as a weapon or something of the sorts, that's basically what the gist of this story. Again, really entertaining. I enjoyed it. I'm recommending this. I've been like waiting to be able to talk about this. The art is interesting. It's got this sort of style to it. I don't know how else to describe it. You can see kind of the thoughts as to why I have been describing it the way I've been describing it. And yeah, like, what's also really interesting out of this is it's darker than a lot of the other DC comics that are out there. You know, I know it spins out of Dark Knight's Metal, and that's been like really dark and gothic and metal at all, compared to a lot of the other DC comics. So that's been interesting, and this, tone-wise, I know people are going to flip out about it, is a bit darker and reminds me a little bit more of the New 52 than it does Rebirth. But so does Dark Knight's Metal. Dark Knight's Metal has been awesome. And I think the overall Metal bridges Rebirth and New 52 really well as far as tone. And this, while yes, is a little bit on the darker end in both kind of like story and art itself, you know, it still fits Rebirth a little bit. Well, you know, we're going to kind of see where things go. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's a really interesting first issue because it's not like anything I've expected from DC Comics. And again, that's not a bad thing. So there's a whole bunch of different comics going to be out with this New Age of Heroes line, and all of them look really fascinating, look really interesting as far as storyline and characters and just general ideas. So really looking forward to seeing what they're doing. I think this is a fascinating way for DC to kind of shake things up for 2018. But yeah, I mean, the big question I've got on my mind right now is how does this tie into Dark Knight's Metal and the big picture of it all. I'm trying not to doing my best not to read like any interviews or other material other than the comics. I want to get the mystery myself, and part of that is I think some of the enjoyment that I've had with this. So basically, if you like old school Hulk, you're going to like Damage, I think. This has been a great introduction. I was a little worried that we were going to get like Bloodlines sort of stories, but Bloodlines, again, had some characters that spun out of it that were like really, really kind of classic out of it. That's, for some reason, that was on my mind going into the whole New Age of Heroes spinning out of Dark Knight's Metal, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, which is totally fine with me because I don't have the best memories of Bloodline, though there were some good things here and there. So yeah. Recommend it. Go get it. It's in comic shops today. You should go get it at your comic book shop first and foremost. We got a nice link beneath this video that is, you can go put in your zip code. It'll tell you if a shop's near you. But go support your comic book shops first and foremost. If you don't have a shop near you, we've got some affiliate links where you'll be able to purchase it. But go to those second. Go support your shop first and foremost. I want to thank DC Comics who hooked us up with this free review copy as always. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching. Really looking forward to the New Age of Heroes. We're going to have all the reviews of the various comics here and on our site, Graphic Policy. Now, if you're into DC, if you're into New Age of Heroes, Damage, comic books, or the Hulk, go check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy. This is definitely one to go pick up. Kind of surprised me at how entertained I was by it. It's just like getting thrown into the action where you don't know what's going on. You kind of have to get that, like, your settings. Yeah, that's the best way of putting it. This is like the beginning of Call of Duty where you're just like thrown into the chaos. Yep, that's the best way of describing it, I think. So go get this in stores today. As always, if you're into comics, go check us out, graphicpolicy.com. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.